What's going on, my fellow YouTubers? Cowboys did it. They won. 24-6 was the final against the Detroit Lions. We're now 5-2. They're now 1-5. In my previous video, I had accidentally said that the Lions were 1-5, but they were actually 1-4. But guess what? I was correct in that outcome in the end. So hey, I'll take it. And I guess I would say overall the star of this game was definitely the defense. But even then, despite them playing decent, they still had some problems, especially in the run defense yet again. And also, of course, while we scored 24 points, most of those points came in the second half. So I guess the good news is we definitely did better adjustments, but I'm just going to dive right into it. Kellen Moore, or as I like to call Karen Moron, dude, you seriously have no fucking feel for the game whatsoever. And I understand, some of you can't help the drops, especially by Noah Brown, who I still don't understand why you're so obsessed with playing that guy. If anything, Gallup, I think should have been at least starting opposite of Lamb. And if you have to include Noah, put him in the fucking slot or something. But he did not have a good game. He had a few catches here and there, but his fumble in the red zone was definitely troublesome. But other than that, I swear, dude, you just have no feel for the game. You don't scheme effectively whatsoever. And I don't know if it's just like are you finding some excuse not to run at times? The biggest example is when we were on a drive and there's 1:53. I know Zeke looked like he was badly injured, didn't look like he was going to play, or if he was only going to play in limited fashion, but there's 1:53, and the defense was kind of up and down for the most part, because they allowed 6 points, and we only had kicked a field goal. And why don't you fucking run the ball with Pollard? Pollard can be just as effective, plus he has a little more speed than Zeke. What the fuck is wrong with you, dude? Why would you fucking pass with 1:53 fucking seconds? You chew up that clock, you don't give the ball back to Goff, and the Lions were going to receive the second half kickoff. If anything, McCarthy, if you win the fucking toss, fucking defer it. I don't care. I know you want to get Dak into a rhythm, but come on, that's really fucking idiotic. Because I think if we took the ball in that second half, we could have at least shown that we could have taken back the momentum. We could have gotten some good yards or good, running plays, pass plays here and there. Because overall, I'd say Dak did okay. He did what he was supposed to do. He was still, kind of shaking off the rust or the cobwebs, if you will, because he hadn't played in 5 weeks. And of course, having Gallup back, helps. But in a way, Gallup, I don't know if he really did much, because he actually had no catches in that game, or in this game specifically. I don't know why. You just really don't seem to really scheme receivers open. It's like you run the same shit that Garrett runs, these long developing plays, very questionable calls on the I know they weren't passing plays, but they were runs to the outside. And why don't you try running up the gut? I'm pretty sure you could have done that with Zeke. Still, I think honestly, McCarthy, if you're going to show some balls, if you're going to show you're a really good head coach, you would fully, rein in Kellen Moore and start, taking over the play calling. Even if you don't know the offense, you need to fucking step in and show how Kellen Moore it's done, how you would run this offense. And the O-line, especially I think you can say in the first half, I think they allowed 2 sacks, or no, they allowed 1 sack, and then I think Hutchinson got another one when Turpin had a good return, and then we couldn't even do anything. It was that example of the third one. I can say that's more on the O-line. The O-line overall didn't have the best game, and Tyler Smith definitely struggled at times, even Steele for a little bit. But our guard play was okay, I guess you can say. And despite Zeke having the injury, guess what? He ended up having 2 touchdowns, specifically in the third quarter, when we were. Or was it the fourth? I don't remember. I'm very thankful that Zeke had the game that he did, especially after coming from that knee injury. But still, I mean, we were able to get some good rushing yards in the end. We were starting to run on them and showing that, hey, if we stick with it, we're definitely going to have success. But you need to stick with it and not try to go away from it. And I don't know what it is. If it's the blocking schemes, especially when it's like on like second and short, the O line needs to do better, and that's another reason why I'm not exactly a fan of Philbin recently. I was kind of surprised he was brought back. If it's like third and one and short, second and short, third and short, you really need to teach the O line some good basics and try to show that they are aggressive and they want to just pound the football whenever they want to impose their will on the defense. You need to really do something with that, Philbin. And same with you, Kellen Moore. You need to have some creativity on your play calling and have better planning when you're scheming against, opponents. And yeah, we should have scored more points against the Detroit Lions because they were 32nd ranked on defense, like 32nd in the run and then 26th against the pass. So that's why I hope McCarthy, and he probably still won't, but McCarthy really needs to rein in more and show it how it's done, how you would call plays that would definitely maximize the player's talents. That's what you all need to do. But that's why I don't fully fucking trust you more. If anything, Kellen, you need to go to the fucking college ranks. That's where you belong. You do not belong in the NFL. If I was McCarthy, I would try to bring in, and we hired him, Brian Schottenheimer. We should just bring him in and start, demote Moore. That's what I would do. If you can't get rid of fucking Kellen Moore, demote him and show him how it's done. And show him that you won't take this bullshit trash play calling, because I'm fucking tired of it. Seriously. And I'm glad we ended up winning, but that's because Detroit is a piss poor team. Their record reflects that. Now on defense, we managed to at least contain Goff to an extent, but the running back Jamal Williams and some other running back, I can't remember who it was, they got some good yards on us. And I know not having Gallimore probably didn't help, but that's still no excuse for the defensive line not really making any kind of stops in the run. Just they use their run blocking scheme effectively, and I feel like we need to do that on our end. I don't know. It just baffles me that you cannot stop the run at all. And if I were you, Cowboys front office, I would do something about that. I would at least trade a second-round pick for Derek Brown, of all things. He would definitely improve on that run defensive front, and maybe that will free up the linebackers to make a little more plays in the backfield. There were still some missed tackles, but I will say this. I think LV had a decent game overall. Sadly, it seems like the tackles he makes are a bit downfield. There was actually a few good stops that he had, from what I remembered, but and Trayvon Diggs, him getting that interception, I wasn't even sure if he had possession of it, but he actually did, according to the refs. But a lot of the refs thought that maybe he didn't, and I'm kind of surprised that Dan Campbell couldn't challenge that. But their loss, we were able to take advantage of it. And then Jordan Lewis with that other pick that that gave us another shot to put the Lions away for good. Sadly, he had some kind of, I think it's called let me see. It's called Lindsfrack injury. It's something with the foot. I don't know. It's sad and unfortunate, but he definitely was a presence in the slot. So yeah, he at least was able to get an interception. Trayvon Diggs, of course, like I said earlier, had a good game overall. However, Brown, and I don't understand this, Dan Quinn. Why are you so fucking obsessed with starting that guy? I don't get it. It seems like he gets out of position. There was a 3rd and 14, which we should have fucking stopped. If the Lions didn't fucking fumble, for all I know, they could have gotten that touchdown and they would have been up 13-10. 3rd and 14, that was just poor coverage on you, Brown. And if I was Dan Quinn, I'd fucking bench his ass and start Kelvin Joseph. I don't know what it is and why you're so fucking in love with Brown just because he's a veteran. You need to give the fucking younger guys a chance, because it seems like Barr he didn't have the worst game, but he seems like a non-factor at times. Give fucking Jabril Cox a chance to start, for crying out loud. Give him a fucking chance to start. Same with Kelvin Joseph. Sure, he might still have some growing to do, but that's how you learn to become a good player. He's not doing any good if he's just sitting on the bench or just only doing special teams. For once, Quinn, fucking give the younger guys a chance to start. It's not that fucking hard to do. But I am grateful that the defense got the sacks. I know Parsons got a sack in the very end. Donovan Wilson got one. I think Fowler got one. And also, Sam Williams, of all players, our rookie second-round pick, managed to actually get to Goff a couple times. He actually forced a fumble and actually attempted to return it. And he fumbled it, sadly, but thankfully, I believe Armstrong is what got the ball back for us. So that was definitely another very key moment in our victory against the Lions. It definitely sealed the win for good. So hats off to Sam Williams. I like to see him get more opportunities on the defensive front for sure. And he actually can make some stops in the run game. Apparently, supposedly that was his weakness. But from what I've seen, he's actually done a good job of that. And I look forward to seeing more of Williams' playmaking ability on that defensive front. So it's good that the defense and the pressure that we were able to create and get the sacks and get the turnovers, that definitely helped. And that that definitely really we definitely needed that in the second half, because the Lions offense overall was ranked third, even though they had some injuries on the wide receiver front. But yeah, I'm glad that the defense was able to make the stops they could and get the turnovers. And what I mean by the Lions' overall third-ranked offense, they have scored in the previous games at least over 20 and over 30 points before, even though the last time, a few weeks back, they got shut out. But still, you can never underestimate the Lions. They've been known to put up some pretty good numbers, especially if you had Jared Goff starting. So just wanted to also address that as well. Kellen Moore's play calling is just trash at times, and give Dak a good offensive coordinator that maximizes his strengths and just minimizes his weaknesses to an extent. So yeah, that's all. And Maher kicked a field goal. He's done pretty well. The special teams was pretty decent. Penalties were a factor, but then in the second half, it seemed like the Cowboys had less penalties, and the Lions just, imploded and self-destructed after that. So yeah. But on the next game, we're going to be facing Chicago. I don't know what the record is now, but it's definitely going to be an interesting game for sure. Hopefully, we definitely see some better play calling in the offense, even though sadly I don't think that's going to be the case. But our defensive unit should be better, and hopefully we make a trade to at least improve on the run defense somehow. But knowing the front office, we like our guys. We love our guys. That's what you're basically fucking saying, Jerry and Steve-O. Make some fucking moves and stop being a fucking bunch of cheapskates, okay? I'm tired of that bullshit. Anyway, that's gonna do it for me. I know it sounds like I'm pissed, but hey, I'm glad we won. It's a victory, but we're still in a three-way tie with the NFC East. We're still third. We gotta face the Eagles and Giants at home. I like to think I like our chances, especially if Dak is playing. But you know what? We'll see. We will see what happens, and we'll definitely see in the Chicago game coming up. So that's going to do it for me. How about them Cowboys? And feel free to like, comment, and share and whatnot, and go from there. Okay. See y'all later. Bye-bye.